Alrighty tubers, I'm going to start getting better at this, making videos again. We've got a, 2007? Let me look. It's got the owner's manual still in it. Alright, let's see. Come on. Sorry, 99. You see that? 1999? Polaris Indie Sport Touring. Customer brought it down, said he had no spark, went through the system, got the ignition to work, so it's got spark now, but as you can see the carburetors are dirty, and boy are they dirty. They're pretty bad. I've already disassembled this one. So interesting, it's kind of growing these crystals in here, and the float is completely and utterly stuck. It doesn't want to move at all. Let me see if I can turn this headlight down a little bit. There we go. Won't wash it out as much. But it is pretty well stuck in there. Oh, it's moving again. Well, that part's moving. Just need to spray it all down and get this all cleaned up. I'm going to take all these jets out and throw them all in the my solution over here. I actually need to pull this other carburetor out. I've got a different carburetor in there right now. There's my Goldwing. It's a different Goldwing than you guys have seen. It's a good Goldwing though. It's a good bike. But this is the solution I use, Chem Dip carburetor and parts cleaner, made by Berryman. It's a different brand that my friend bought. Don't like it as much. I like this stuff better. It seems to clean better. I've had this can. I'm sure it'll be a question. How long does this stuff last? I've had this can for probably let's see, 4 or 5 years, I'd say. I've had this can, and it still seems to clean all right. This is the carburetor that's in here. It is pretty nasty. You'll see a project of that coming up. That is a four-wheeler I'm putting together for my niece for Christmas. So, yep, I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this guy apart. I'm going to go see if I can find my camera stand real quick as I shut this camera off and go plug the battery in, because it's almost dead, it says. So, go figure, haven't used it in a couple months. So, give me just a little bit, tubers. I'll stick the extra battery in. Go see if I can find my camera stand. Alright, let's go ahead and get into this carburetor here. Let's see. Grab, that's an 8mm. Nope, that is smaller. So I'm going to grab something else. Oh, there it is. Mechanic's best friend, or worst friend. Friend enemy? Friend to me? I don't know. Ooh. It's just like filled with gel. I don't know if you can see that. It's just like filled with gel. Pure nastiness. Let's see. I promise I'll work on my lighting skills. I only have the light above me right now. That's all I got. Let's see. Need to pull the center out now. The emulsifier tube. Usually I spray it down. Always want to be careful, don't get carburetor cleaner on anything rubber, because it will swell and you will lose it. Let's see. Let me see if I got a center punch of any sort. Not center punch, yet. Pin punch, there we go. And I don't have any other. Is that going to fit? No, it's going to fit inside there. That's not a good thing. 2 more here. I need to get some better lights in here. Might go get my work lights. There we go. Now make sure you don't mess up those threads on these. Just because I don't have any better hammer on me right now, I'm going to use this guy. Alright, that guy's pushed out most of the way. That's out. It doesn't really look, it's sure it's an emulsifier tube of some sort, but it doesn't have the normal little holes that they normally have. So that guy's out. It's always something you want to take out and check. Sometimes they go out through this, sometimes they'll come out the bottom. If you look inside and it's brass threads, then it usually comes out through the top of the carburetor, through the slide area. But if you take it out and it's the aluminum type threads and you can see something down inside there that's brass, it'll sometimes come out through the bottom. Another way you can tell is if you look at it at the inside of the carburetor inside here, you'll see a little ledge. You either will or won't see a little ledge around the emulsifier tube. So I need to take this guy out now, if I can. A lot of this stuff is going to be really stuck because this gosh, I can't think. Snowmobile. This is a snowmobile. This snowmobile hasn't been on the road for a long time. Rather the snow. Last time it was registered was when it was purchased. It looks like I can see a decal on it for $99. I don't think it's been sitting that long by any means. The gas in it doesn't smell that old. The gas would be petrified by then if it was sitting that long. The gas is not petrified in it. Gas doesn't smell terrible, but I'm going to change it out because obviously it's been sitting long enough to do this to the carburetors. That gas isn't far behind, and if all of that gas isn't used this season, then you're going to run into the same thing at the beginning of next season. You see if I can gently pull this needle out. No, it does not want to budge, so I'm going to run with it and try spraying a little bit of this in there. Make sure the camera's still rolling. Yep, it's still rolling, and it's saying this battery's starting to die too. So I think it's the fact that this camera hasn't been used in a while. And I apologize to all of you that it hasn't been. I've got a backup that I can do. I can always use my phone if I have to and just put it up on the camera stand. But that part really doesn't want to move right now. That little plunger and it's kind of stuck. It's moving alright. I can see just crap around it though. It's just mashed in. Really, I should be getting a carb kit for this. That's how bad it is, but I can bring it back. I just gotta think happy thoughts. Keep on doggy paddling, or you know, whatever. I'm gonna soak that a little bit, hoping it's a metal on metal, because usually these have rubber in them. But some of these are a metal on metal seal. So I'm just going to put some carb cleaner in that, let it soak, and then continue on with the rest of this. I also need to build a bench. That's my next goal, is to get a bench at my house so I can actually sit down with you guys and actually work on things. And I'm going to build that all on the other side of the garage where all my stuff is currently. So hopefully, anyways, that'd be nice. The bench would be very nice. Gently pull these off. And yes, I know I'm using channel lock pliers for all of this. It's because I moved recently, and a lot of my stuff is missing in the move. Missing in action, MIA. So I can't find some of my tools. I'm using what I've got, crude as it may be, to get the job done. all these floats out. What happens with these floats, make sure the camera's still rolling, like I said earlier. Yep. What happens with these floats a lot is there's usually, and this one has it, a brass slide piece inside the float, and it slides along the metal rod here, and stuff gets in between here and here, and it'll make it so these don't move easily, and these aren't moving very easily. They've got a little bit of stiction to them, so we'll clean those guys out inside and all around, and we'll throw the rest of this in the mixture bucket, the solvent bucket, and let it soak for maybe an hour. Probably put everything in there and then pull the other carburetor apart. By the time I get this one apart and get those pieces ready to go, I'll pull those parts out and start cleaning them and put the other parts back in. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes, sometimes it takes an hour. It just depends on how bad these parts are as far as filth. But I'll go ahead and get all these guys in the bucket. I need to make a quick video of the carburetor that's coming out of the bucket for a different project. So I will see you guys in a second. Alrighty, tubers. Let's see if my phone will work here. Just filled it up with some fresh fuel. Body's buckling a little bit there. Just down here at work right now. Finishing this up, we'll be delivering it to the customer tomorrow morning. I thought I would do a quick finish up video for you guys. Seeing as how I do this a lot, or I'll fix something and then not make a finished video. So let's go ahead and try to start it. Just filled it up. It's full with ethanol free. Highest octane that I can get around here is 88, which should be okay for this. It had a little bit of the old fuel in there. I put a lot of additives in there. So let's go ahead and see if she'll start. I did a trick that a friend taught me with his snowmobiles where you blow air after you put fuel in. Your carburetors are empty, and it's a pulse pump, so when you turn your key on or whatever, it's not going to sit there and fill them up. So you blow air into your gas tank and hold pressure for a minute, and it'll force fuel into the carburetor. So let's see if that worked on this one. Fuel is on. Let's see if she starts. Might be a fun one. See if I set you down on the bumper here. There you go. Make sure my fuel is on. Hopefully you guys don't fall, but hopefully you guys can see me well and hear me well enough. Fuel is on. It seems to be leaking. There's a lot of water around here. Not much fuel. I have a little bit of a fuel leak. Won't know until I start it in the fuel room. Get a nice view of the night sky. Take the choke off a little bit. It's gonna smoke like crazy.